Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Scope. And now, here are your hosts, Jared, Adam, and Shane.
Hello, everybody. Episode 312 of your Scope program. Whoa. Yeah, thank you very much. Man, oh man.
Boogie Monster Gerber
Will not be here tonight.
Oh,
But nice try. He would have classed this joint up.
obviously.
Now, it's just Jared and Adam and myself, Shane, bringing you one of the best and longest running podcasts in all of podcasting history. I challenge you to find that too many more podcasts that have been around and has been as consistent as this one. I challenge you. You're probably not going to find it.
You can challenge him on the best part, but you're not going to.
How
Can't
dare
challenge
you?
us on longevity.
How dare you with a capital D, Jared?
All right.
We've been in this game so long that everybody's caught up to us. That is the reality.
That's fair.
That's the reality. We had high quality recording. We had a point of view, and nobody did that. Now everybody does it. Now you're just coming for us, the three of
Now
us.
everyone's got professional audio production and writers on staff.
Yeah. Well, joke's on them. We've never written a show. Ever. Or if you call what I do writing, you shouldn't, because it's barely that. Well, today we've got a special show. We're talking about the 3 Fs. Adam, do you care to guess what those are?
Frankfurters.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Yep.
Franklin Templeton funds.
Yes, but specific funds. I won't make you guess those, but you're 2 for 2.
Okay. And good old fashioned American football.
Right. Well, you've got one actual correct. Today we're talking about football, felines, and fizzy drinks. But let's start, Jared, with good old fashioned American football.
Again, no, I can't fade it down, so I
That's
just stopped
that.
it.
Abrupt. Normally, we do not talk about football this time of year. It's the time where 3/4 of our listeners are like, yes, they're not talking about football. But we have a few items that must be discussed that relate to both of our teams. We'll start with the Minnesota Vikings. Quickly, Jared. Old coach out. Old general manager out. New guys in.
Certified athletic trainer Eric Sugarman out.
Gone. Everybody's gone. I'll ask you, Jared, is it a good sign for this Minnesota Vikings football team, or is it just too early to tell, baby?
I think it's a good sign in that change after years of underperforming with top tier talent. Just basically ripping out the entire guts of the organization and starting over. Not from a player standpoint yet. I mean, there's going to be changes, but we haven't really had any significant changes there yet. But from the coaching and from the whatever you want to call the GM box, whatever that is, player personnel, there was a huge change that needed to be done. I think that there have been some stories that came out after the firings and hirings that sort of justified the big moves. It sounded like it was not all rosy, and that there were a lot of behind the scenes issues that every workplace has them, but there were stories to tell. You got one player calling out certified athletic trainer Eric Sugarman on Twitter. Oh, he deleted the tweet, but he said he was not a good person. So take that for what you will. But change had to be made. Change was made, and hopefully that they'll be able to field a good team this fall.
So that's my follow-up question. Tell me what your gut says about this. The Vikings will be a playoff team next season. What say you? Yes or no? Got to answer, Jared.
It's hard for me to make a definitive choice. I think
Scopey's choice.
I'm going to say a soft yes.
Soft yes. Okay.
It really depends on which players they manage to retain and which players they manage to add. We don't know the fate of Kirk Cousins. I think signs are pointing to him still being with the team, but there's some possible suitors out there. I just don't know who if he goes, who do you replace him with?
Right.
Nobody. I don't know. I don't want Deshaun Watson here. He's a whole bag of trouble right there. So,
we don't need him.
No.
Hey,
Adam,
have you guys heard of pro NFL quarterback Teddy Bridgewater?
I've heard of the guy.
Maybe
Is
he'll
he-
come back.
I mean, he'll be available. Russell Wilson, is in the Broncos now.
Yeah.
You got a new quarterback too, Adam. I think we're
Adam,
going to get to that.
Little bit more movement over on that Washington football team. No longer known as the Washington football team. Now
And
known as
in my heart, I'm never going to call him this new name. I'm going to stick with Washington football team forever.
well,
So
they break.
I was wondering what your take was. Are you not a fan of Commanders?
I think Commanders is a terrible name, but I think all sports teams have dumb names, so it doesn't matter.
You're not wrong.
The Green Bay team is called the Packers, guys.
Yeah.
Like Commanders is not worse than Packers.
The best sports
In
team.
20 years, will we not even think of Commanders any differently?
I think
Probably
I will.
not. Here's but hold on.
It doesn't. Commanders doesn't roll off the tongue. That's the problem. The best sports
Sure.
team names are 1 or 2 syllables. I mean, there are exceptions, but the best sports teams are 1 or 2 syllables or have names that can be shortened to 1 or 2 syllables. What do you shorten the Commanders to?
Washington Comms.
You should have gone with.
Duh.
They should have gone with the Washington bought and paid for by the corporate elite. Hyphenated, of course, but
Right. That's a tough one to roll off the tongue, but
I mean, but it's truthful.
it's apropos. Sorry, we're talking over Adam, and he is really the one that's being affected by this.
Yeah, it's a dumb name. All of them are dumb.
Yeah.
In 20 years, probably won't. But I'll say, I still think Washington Wizards is a bad name.
Yeah, that's not great.
And that was.
great. It's
early
alliterative,
90s.
but that's about it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's better than Commanders.
It is better than. Nope. No, it's worse than Commanders. Wizards. Wizard is not a good mascot. They're the nerdiest of all the role-playing classes.
What if they
I'm
had
gonna-
gone with the Washington Bards?
Hell yeah.
Okay, that's better. So let me ask this question to you, Adam. Tell me a NFL football team that has a worse name than Commanders. Jared,
Packers is worse than Commanders.
Jared, is Packers worse than Commanders? Take your bias out of it.
I think it is.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
I mean, Green Bay Packers is easy to say.
Okay.
it's easy to
Washington
say.
Commanders is Washington already has so many syllables to throw a 3 Commanders. It's a lot.
It's too much. It's too much, Adam.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying Packers is worse.
I'm saying Commanders is the worst. There is no worse name.
Houston
2
Texans.
syllables.
Houston Texans is terrible.
It is.
The Chargers is terrible.
Nah.
Like these are all dumb names.
But they're
Seahawks.
2 syllables.
Well, I don't care.
See-
Like yes, I agree. Commanders is too many syllables, but like whatever. It doesn't make it a worse name.
Sure, it does.
Giants, Patriots.
That's 3 syllables too. Damn, I didn't think about
Pats.
that. Nobody calls them Pats.
Oh,
They type Pats,
Durs.
but nobody
They're gonna-
says Pats.
they're going to call them the Washington Durs.
The Durs.
The
Yeah.
Durs?
Like, Dur,
The Durs.
like that?
The Durs.
Okay.
Yeah, the Durs. Like
about-
Anders.
But then they deserve it. But
Would
it
they
makes
just
sort
call
of makes
them
sense at that.
would they ever call them the Manders?
The Manders. Yeah, I'm
Man-
liking
Washington
that one.
Manders?
The
Washington
Washington
Manders.
Manders. Yeah.
Okay, that might work. Okay,
Doesn't mean anything,
I'll
but
accept
sure.
it. Yeah, doesn't mean
Tennessee
something.
Titans. It's like the same name as a bunch of these. Like what's a Titan?
It's a
What's Tennessee a Titan
two-syllable.
of? I
I think you're right.
understand
I
this-
think you're right. All the names are dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so if
Except
they're
for
all
the Vikings. Vikings is the only pure name.
so if they're all dumb, then you have to pick the dumbest. Then
I
can't-
think Packers is the dumbest NFL name. I think we could get into I think Pelicans is a dumb name, and there's an NBA team. I think
Yeah.
Kraken is a dumb name, and there's an NHL team named that.
what do they shorten the Pelicans to?
Yeah, the Pellies.
I don't like that either. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got
What
to know,
about the Arizona Cardinals that are not actually originally named after a bird, but after a cardinal red? But they just decided, it's a bird now. What's up with that?
I
It's
don't
dumb
get
too.
it.
They're all
I don't
dumb.
get it.
Adam's right. They're dumb. All names are dumb.
all
I'm on.
I'll
all
tell you what,
sports
guys.
names are dumb.
No, there's one that's not.
Oh,
It is the best team, the CFL Rough Riders. Where are they from?
Oh.
The CFL Saskatchewan Rough Riders. That's a cool name.
What about the Toronto Argonauts?
Argonauts is cool too. 'Cause
I think we've landed on it. CFL's got the best names.
Oh
Yeah.
my lord.
Argonauts is cool. I don't even know what an Argonaut is other than Jason was with them, and that's a cool name.
That is good.
I don't know what a
It's
Rough
good.
Rider is, but it sounds cool.
Hold on. We've got Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Great name.
And then you call
Hamilton
them the Bombers.
Tiger Cats. Great fucking name.
Well, they tell you what
Calgary
it is.
Stampeders.
100%. These are all better than every NFL name.
This might be the best of the bunch, though. Here. You ready for this? You ready? The Montreal Alouettes.
It's beautiful.
I don't even know
Kevin
what that
Aqua
is.
coming through. All right. Well, we got to watch some CFL games this year, I
Yeah.
guess.
I mean, they've got all
We've
sorts
got
of weird
we also
rules.
have USFL coming up.
Nope.
Let's see how. Let's hold on. We're going to take one more minute. We're going to look at these trash names. What do we got here? Fox Sports unveils the names.
He's digging in.
Oh boy.
We're very well researched for
Oh,
this
boy.
podcast.
These are bad. Hold on. Oh,
Let's see if they're any worse than the Commanders.
Michigan Panthers. We've already got a Panthers in the football in the NFL. Dumb.
Yeah, it's like what's the rules on that? Can you have a same name in a different league?
Well,
it
so
seems
they are
lazy.
They're technically going to be like a minor league. They're going to be like a junior level NFL, right? They have a partnership with the NFL now, right?
Okay. So,
But it's not a 1-to-1, right? The Carolina Panthers don't own this team because there's only 8 teams or whatever.
Birmingham Stallions. Is Alabama known for its horse culture? I don't think so.
Yeah.
New Jersey Generals.
that's a throwback. That's an old team name.
I don't like that.
No.
It's just because it's the just sound. Houston Gamblers. Come on now.
Now that's
Come on.
pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
Philadelphia Stars. We've already got the Dallas Stars. We had the North Stars. They're
Which is
hockey.
better
This
than the
it's a
Stars.
bad name. New Orleans. Oh, this is the worst. New Orleans Breakers.
Yee.
The Breakers? The Big B? No. Pittsburgh Maulers.
That's very aggressive.
Pittsburgh Mauler that's a knockoff football team that you see in a movie because
Yes.
they can't get the NFL license.
I feel like that's a team in Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah. There you go. Pittsburgh Maulers.
Jerome Bettis definitely plays for that team in a helmet that has no decals on it.
100%.
It's just
Finally-
a boring nothing helmet.
Finally, Tampa Bay Bandits.
No, those are all.
That's the
bad.
best of the bunch.
There's a guy riding a horse.
Alliteration.
Logo. I don't know. Adam's right.
Yep.
Other than the CFL, all team names are dumb.
I
You
can't
heard
buy
it here
into
first.
this. Can't buy into this.
Come on. I want to see an Alouettes jersey on you next episode.
Yeah, I got to figure out what that is. I don't even know. I don't even know. All right, boys. So listen, before we get into the show, I'm going to be stealing a segment from a local sports talk show. They do a bit called Ode to a Dead Guy, where they essentially say nice words about a famous person that died. But this time I'm going to do it to Ode to a Dead Cat. So what are the reasons why we did not do a show? We were supposed to record a couple weeks earlier, but we had a personal loss in our family. Our poor lover boy dickhead cat, Turk, who has been Audrey's best buddy since she was 3 years old, finally lost his battle with feline, why am I blanking? Diabetes. And it was weird because it really struck me very hard on 3 different levels. One, just because Turk was a great fucking cat. He was a cat that, if Jared knew him, I mean, he just was a unique animal that was oftentimes less a cat and more just like an annoying little twerp that was gentle and kind, but also purely motivated by his need and desire to eat people food. And he took the biggest stinky turds that he never would bury. He would keep us up at night and beg for food all the time. He was just a unique cat in that sense. The other part that sort of struck me was how this cat, we got him when Audrey was 3 years old. So all of my salient memories of my daughter being in school and growing up is associated with this cat. And he was tied to her. She was tied to him. And so any memories that we had of Christmas or her going to school, Turk was either involved, he was around, or he was there. So it really struck me in a way that was interesting because I think about Turk not being around, and in a year, Audrey's going to be gone. Listen, Adam, you're going to go through all of the stuff with your kid. So you better be taking notes and listening very, very carefully. But I can say that once Audrey got into high school, I started thinking very, very deeply and seriously about how, a big phase of life is going to change, and we're going to be parents that have a kid that doesn't really want us around, and eventually she won't be around. And losing Turk was just sort of another physical manifestation or representation of what's coming. So it was a bummer. And then the third is just the fact that it sort of, when you have pets, and Jared, you don't have pets, and Adam, you have a dog, right?
No.
I thought, didn't you have a dog over your house? You were watching a dog.
You had a family dog.
Your family dog. Yeah. But it's like you get a mini version of the cycle of life. You can do it multiple times if you're a pet owner. So, you see the baby grows up, the baby dies. And so as a family, we've sort of been processing this grief and sort of working our way through it. And, you tie it into all of your family memories. And he was, 12, 13 years old, and hitting at all the important benchmarks of our lives. It has been very, very difficult. And Turk was one of the first two cats that Carrie and I ever had together. Any animals we had before were from her previous life and relationship. And so he was something that kind of came in together. And it just was one of those things that hit really, really hard. And especially as hard as it was for me, it was doubly hard for Audrey because, as much as we fed that cat, as much as Carrie and I gave him his medicine, took care of him, that little asshole would always go up into her bedroom and sleep on her bed and then wake us up in the middle of the night if he wanted something. So yeah, it's been challenging, but that pain and that sadness of losing a cat, which when I say it just sounds so fucking ridiculous. It fades and you start to sort of remember the good times and it will be interesting having this house without one normal cat because we have two crazy ones. We've got Adam. We got a cat right now that's 22 years old, and she can't see and she can't hear, and she doesn't know where she is half the time. And then we've got a second cat who is 6 years old, and she'll probably live to 50, and she doesn't like it when anybody touches her, and she's just a mental case. She's the most insane cat I've ever seen in my life. Turk was the only normal stable cat in the house, and even he was an asshole and high maintenance. So I don't know what the future is going to hold, but I do know we're going to miss that stupid cat. And I know Jared will miss him. Turk just standing there looking at him as he's having cheese and meat trays while we're watching the Super Bowl. Those days are gone, but the memory will live on forever. So I dedicate this show because I think Turk would be interested in us doing taste tests.
Oh, sure.
That's right up his alley. I'm going to dedicate it to him. And
he'd want to share in.
He'd absolutely want to be a part of this. And the irony would be that if he drank that soda, it would probably kill him instantly because of his stupid diabetic face. So I'm going to leave it with that. Turk, will miss you. And we'll be back with more Scope, episode 212, right after, or 312. Sorry, 312, right after this.
You thought I wasn't going to stop it. I did. Ha ha. Oh, folks, it's that time where we ask you for money again. You want to support this show? Do you like what we do? Do you enjoy watching us? We're going to taste some liquids, and for your amusement, we're going to give you our thoughts on it. That isn't free. We had to buy these things that we're going to sample. And while supporting the show directly may not help with that cause because we probably just paid for these with our own money, web hosting costs money too. So if you want to support the show, you can do that at Patreon. You've probably heard of Patreon. You've probably support other people on Patreon. So you can support us too. Patreon.com/thescopeshow. You can pledge as little as $1 per episode. Shane, not yet. Not yet. Don't open it yet. $1 per episode.
Here's the line. I crossed it.
You can cancel any time, but you won't because, Adam's got the rainbow flag on. He's supporting everyone. And you can only see that on YouTube. But part of the reason we can do YouTube is because we get support from listeners like you. Patreon.com/thescope show for more information. And now back to the show. Right after this. Now.
Hey everybody, we are back. It's more Scope 312. I got it right this time.
Yeah.
And this is become quickly my new favorite thing to do in this show, sampling new kinds of food.
So how do you come across these things? Because you seem to always have a list of new things for us to try. I am completely unaware of the new like special edition foods that hit the market. So how do you find out about this stuff?
I don't really know how I find out about it. It just sort of pops up, in a Twitter feed, or maybe someone that I follow likes this stuff, and I catch wind of it. I think one of the products that we're talking about today, I think Carrie actually turned me onto it. So it's just all places, and I gather that list. I think about how that relates to our show, and then eventually we're going to turn it into another edition of Scope Dope or Scope Nope. Yeah, we did it back during Christmas time, and we're bringing it back, non-seasonal edition. This time, it's a soda taste test. So we're going to give it a shot with a pair of new soda flavors. One's from the Coke side of the fence. The other is a Pepsi product. So it's late. We're going to be it's going to be impossible to sleep by drinking all this sugary, sparkly water. So let's get to it right now. Let's start with the Pepsi product. I'm going to hold it up to the camera. We're talking Mountain Dew Spark. Here it is. It's a pink concoction. Jared's got his can. Adam's got his bottle.
I have the zero sugar version of it.
Right. So let me read this
text. Have a slightly different design to it. But.
Yeah, that's interesting. So Mountain Dew has really gotten into the game of creating new and crazy flavors. We've seen them all over the place. Not so long ago, however, the only Dew you'd ever see would be the classic neon green original and maybe a diet version of that. But now it's a whole new ball game. Current Dew flavors include, these are things you can get in the stores right now. You can get Voltage, which is bright blue. Code Red, I think that describes exactly what it is. Livewire, which is orange. And then Jared's favorite, Major Melon. It is a melon
Is Major
flavor.
Melon not a limited time? Is it regular flavor now?
It seems to be around. It's been around for a while, but I don't know if it's limited or not. Mountain Dew also does seasonal flavors around the holidays, including the gingerbread flavor that we tried, the red, white, and blue flavor for 4th of July, and then a dark purple Dew for Halloween. Adam, I have to ask you, do you drink Mountain Dew regularly, or are we new to the game here?
I'm not new to Mountain Dew.
I've
done the Dew, but
You've done the Dew.
No, I don't drink it regularly.
Okay, so the first new flavor for 2022 is Mountain Dew Spark. Here's the marketing text directly from the Mountain Dew website. Make 2022 your boldest year yet with Mountain Dew Spark, our bold and exciting take on the classic raspberry lemonade flavor you love. So let's get after it. Time to taste. There, Jared's got it. Again, it's been mentioned that there is a 0 sugar, 0 calories version, and then a standard super sugary. Adam and I have got that correct, and Jared's doing...
You can see the 0 right there.
So let's crack open and take a taste and let everyone know what they think.
I'll point out there's no orange juice, so this is one of the not Mountain Dewy Mountain Dews. Right.
And it's a bright pink. It looks like, at first glance, it looks like lemonade, does it not?
Yeah, did you say what this says over here? The raspberry lemonade.
So,
Dew with a blast of raspberry lemonade and other natural flavors.
All right, so let's give it a shot.
Hold for ASMR.
It smells good. Ooh. I'm just going to start off by saying it smells like raspberry
a laser
lemonade.
blast.
All right.
A little splashy.
Also, you didn't mention that we're drinking Mountain Dew and Coke at 9:24 at night.
Well, I did say this is late and we're going to be hopped up.
I wasn't listening.
Right.
Mine at least has no sugar. All right, here we go.
It's only 290 calories for our bottle, Adam. Drink down.
Mine's 240. I have a skinny. I have a 500 milliliter.
Gotcha. So let's talk about this. I think that it's raspberry forward, right?
My hand's wet.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it tastes good. I don't think it tastes anything like Mountain Dew.
No, it just tastes like a sugary soda with maybe a little bit of zing. There's a zing to it. That maybe that's
I feel
the
like there's
lemon
no
flavor.
zing to it. I feel like you could chug this almost. Like I'm not.
Yeah. It's definitely, it feels a little bit less carbonated than a now Mountain Dew is generally not as carbonated, or at least doesn't feel as carbonated as other sodas, in my opinion. So I guess I'm not too surprised by that, but
Right.
it definitely, there is a chuggability factor here for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean,
If that is your thing.
It definitely has the flavor of an artificial raspberry lemonade flavor. I mean,
Like if you needed to take this down between respawns, you could do that.
you could do the do very, very quickly.
Just
Yeah.
crack down the hatch. Oh, back in the game, ready to go.
I just
Feels
don't know
up.
why I would drink this instead of raspberry lemonade. If I
Right.
wanted raspberry
I
lemonade.
mean, this is you've got a carbonated, connection here that gives you that soda flavor.
yeah.
Spark.
And so it's interesting because I rarely drink Mountain Dew. I've never liked it. It's never been my thing. So the fact that this is different enough is interesting. I mean, I would say that with the limited amount of soda that I drink, I would not seek this out. But I'm not insulted by it either. I think I like it better than the gingerbread flavor that we tried last year. But
Now I'm a Mountain Dew fan
Junkie. You're a
for
junkie.
life. I used to drink the fully leaded stuff, but I've since transitioned 100% to, and this is interesting, the diet Mountain Dew. I've given the zero sugar Mountain Dew a fair chance, but I think I like the flavor of the diet Mountain Dew better. It doesn't taste like Mountain Dew, but it's like Diet Coke. Tastes different from Coke. I don't know.
Right. It's just a different thing.
I've never found the zero sugar version to be as good as the diet Mountain Dew for my own personal palate. So this is definitely giving me the more of a sugar like taste, like the zero sugar Mountain Dew does.
So that's tricky.
I mean, there isn't a diet version for me to sample. There's only
sure.
the zero sugar, so I take what they give me. I'm liking this quite a bit. I am not upset that I bought the entire 12-pack rather than just a single serving bottle.
So what you're
I will
saying
be
is
I will
you
be
will
enjoying
drink
this for the next week and a half. Not this can, the rest of the 12-pack. And I will not have to order any Diet Mountain Dew with my grocery order this coming weekend. So
Wow. Jared's on board.
I'm stocked up. This is I'm enjoying this quite a bit. I'm enjoying the raspberry lemonade flavor of it. It tastes good to me.
Wow. Tastes good. Adam,
Yeah.
you've done the do
Yeah.
in the past. Where does this stack up with that?
I don't even remember the last time I had normal Mountain Dew, like non-diet or whatever its version is now. Though our soda machines at work would occasionally all of them are out except for I feel like normal Mountain Dew was pretty regularly available. So I'm sure I had it. To me, my feeling on regular Mountain Dew is like very syrupy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true, but that's how I remember it. And this is not that. This is light by
One
soda
more sip.
standard.
Interesting.
And I gotta tell you, my favorite. I don't drink almost at all anymore, but when I do, I like vanilla vodka, and I'm thinking vanilla vodka.
Not Russian produced vanilla vodka, though, right?
no.
All right.
Of course not.
Only
Not a communist.
Ukrainian only.
Good.
Of course.
I'm thinking vanilla vodka with this is gonna taste pretty good.
He's got a mixer in mind.
Pretty good.
I'm not sure how vanilla would pair with these fruit flavors, but
It's good.
Is it? All right.
My favorite, well, maybe the sloppiest I've ever gotten, was vanilla vodka and Sierra Mist for a whole night, and that was great.
yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'll have some time to try it out, and I'll report back.
All right.
But,
we love that.
And I just I looked it up. Same caffeine ratio as standard Mountain Dew.
Standard do. Okay.
Excellent. I cannot wait to be.
So
Ooh,
it's
66 milligrams. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna be up.
It sounds like Jared and Adam are scope dopes.
I think we're scope dopes.
Scope dopes, and I will give it a weak scope dope. It's not my favorite, but definitely better than the standard Mountain Dew and better than gingerbread Mountain Dew, which is a very weird experience. That was a weird
Angela
experience.
liked the gingerbread Mountain Dew more than I did.
It was strange. I mean, I appreciate that they did it.
Yeah.
But it's so off of the, off of the beaten path.
I will say that
I give them credit.
That open bottle stayed in our fridge for a good month before it was discarded.
No, she didn't like it that much.
Neither one of us had any interest in finishing it. So.
Yeah. It was a good curiosity. This, on the other hand, is something that they could add to the line.
That's the stuff.
Let's do a palate cleanser. I've got a cracker. I'm going to eat that.
I will chew on this lens cap to my camera.
I have one of these garlic breadsticks.
Perfect.
It's a cracker.
Perfect. I have no consumables down here.
Shane,
Act like you've been here, Jared.
we came prepared, man. It was great.
Sorry. I was literally like down to the wire trying to get down here. If I spray my mouth out with some electronic duster, is that advisable?
I would love to see it.
I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen.
All right, little water. I feel like the palate is clean. Let's get on to soda number 2. As I teased, it is a Coca-Cola product. I'm going to read the text that I wrote. I sound like purred happily. I will now read the text that I just wrote. It is rare when you get a new flavor of Coca-Cola. We've seen some seasonal flavors, but while we've seen some seasonal flavors, deviation from the main line is few and far between. The last edition has to be the not-so-great Orange Coke. You remember that? It wasn't great. It was Orange Coke. Wasn't my favorite.
Good.
Well, the Coca-Cola Company is trying to change all that with their new soda initiative called Coca-Cola Creations, a platform that is supposed to have a series of new innovations and expressions. The plan is to release a series of different limited soda flavors throughout the year. First up is something called Coca-Cola Starlight. It's a space-inspired Coca-Cola product that is supposed to recreate the taste and feel of space, whatever that is. The soda itself has a red tint, and rumors are that it has an aftertaste of a campfire s'more. I've also heard that some people say that it has a little taste of cotton candy. I guess, like, the idea is if it's space, like, you might be looking up at the stars, drinking your Coca-Cola next to a campfire. I don't know what it means, but I know it's red. So let's try this intriguing new flavor and see if it lives up to the marketing hype. I think we've all found it. Jared, once again, looks like he has the zero can. It's a baby can.
I got the zero sugar. It's the little tiny ones because Coke likes to do this, like little cans.
I've got
just a little taste.
20 fluid ounces of Starlight. You can tell it's got like a fantastic gradation label.
Yeah, the graphic design, they've really gone a different route with the zero sugar version. Interesting.
Yeah, it's really strange. So,
hey, Shane, you're doing a lot of work for them. I like that. But it says space flavored. So you're like campfire, blah, blah, blah. But it says right there, space flavored.
I know, but I'm just telling you
space.
that when I was reading reviews, they were talking about space.
I know.
People,
I'm just saying you're doing a lot of
connect
work to help them out.
Well, I mean, it's very strange. I mean, let's be honest there. So let's crack this thing open and see if we get space in our mouth. Okay, let's give it a smell.
I read the description, the copy on Coke's website, and I'm not going to spoil it. I'm interested if either of you guys notice one more adjective that they say that you didn't mention in your reading.
So I'm smelling it, and it does not smell like cola.
I think it smells like vanilla Coke.
Like
I'm getting
maybe
a little,
that's it. Maybe
I'm
it's
getting a cola. I'm a little vanilla off of it.
like a vanilla something.
Maybe a cream soda ish.
Yeah, cream soda, but less cola flavored to me.
Yeah.
I definitely get a little bit of a marshmallow vibe off it.
Yeah, and definitely marshmallow. I catch a little bit of that, like that artificial marshmallow flavor. Scent, rather. Okay, let's take a sip.
Okay, I get the s'more thing.
A little bit.
It's not
Maybe.
s'more, but like there's something.
No.
It's like I can't place it any better than that.
It is, for me, it's a flavor that I've never really had before, but it's also like not very, it's hard to describe it because I feel like it's sort of a null flavor. Like it's just sort of sweet.
Yeah.
And there's a smoothness to it, maybe, but I don't really connect it to anything.
So I'll say I really dislike normal Coke Classic. That feels heavy to me. And just like the Mountain Dew, there's a smoothness to this that I wasn't expecting. I like it more than Coke Classic, but that's, again, I don't like Coke Classic. I agree that it's not something I've really ever tasted before. So I guess that's why it's space flavored, because none of us have been to outer space.
It just doesn't. I will say that my all-time favorite soda is Cherry Coke. Like that would be if I had one last drink in my life, that's what I would drink. And everything else has a high bar that has to, any Coke thing has a high bar for me to deviate from that. And this certainly does not challenge that Cherry Coke throne position at all.
Mine is, or was, Diet Vanilla Coke, but they don't make it anymore. And then sometimes I see Vanilla Coke Zero, but it like all the zeros, it tastes different. And it doesn't taste like that. This is it's just different. Okay, so sorry, Jared, you haven't.
I was gonna say, so one of my favorite things to get at that the machine where you get the million flavors, whatever it's called, the mixers thing, whatever, is like a cherry vanilla Coke. Mm-hmm. This is in that ballpark for me.
Yeah,
it's not very cherry forward though. The cherry is very much pulled back if it's there at all. There's a little bit of vanilla. I don't think I would have gotten s'mores off of it if that had not been part of your description of it.
Okay.
I don't know that I would have landed there without the Q. But with the Q, I'm definitely getting a little bit of marshmallow, a little bit of graham cracker. Not really any chocolate other than the fact that it's a cola, so you're going to kind of have some of those darker flavors anyway.
Hints of that.
I don't feel like the bill is that is space flavored, and I'm not getting outer space from this.
So
I don't feel that. I'm not mad at the flavor, but I don't think it lives up to its billing.
So Coke says, experience a subtle cooling sensation as you enjoy the reddish Starlight beverage.
Yeah.
Do you get a cooling sensation at all from it?
No, I mean,
it's a cold beverage.
It's a cold drink. Yeah,
anything does that though.
Yeah,
well, I was thinking more like along the lines of like a menthol cigarette.
Right, like a menthol, but there's definitely none of that. I don't get any mint or any sort of like artificially cooling.
I'm getting a little bit of a mint.
Oh,
just
well, maybe that's in zero, but not in this.
So I'll say it feels like it feels different on my tongue than Coke does, and like maybe that's this extra cooling sensation.
Maybe there's some mint in there. I don't know.
To me, it doesn't taste like mint, but let's look at the ingredient list here, guys.
Someone says Teddy Grahams and cola. Another person says caramel plum and that feeling you get when you inhale really cold air.
Yeah, these have to be Coke marketing people.
Tastes like Coke, but has an aftertaste of cereal milk.
I mean, that's...
One Redditor says it tastes like floor.
Well, I'm just going to say this. I think that...
Mop your floor, maybe. I don't know.
I think this is way too much marketing lingo, and the final product of this is sort of eh. So I'm going with the scope nope on this. This would not replace any soda purchase I would ever make.
I'm going to agree with you for a couple of reasons. One, if it were regularly available, this would not make my rotation. This, I would get. If this sticks around, I will get more of this. This, I've got whatever it is, 8 cans of the little stuff.
Drink up.
I will drink those, and there will be no more in my life. I think they've succeeded in creating a moment for people to discuss and talk about their product. But I think if you're trying to say that this is the flavor of space, it is not the flavor of space in my mind. I'm sorry. I need a little more zing, a little more pop for there to be space in my mouth.
Oh, I think
it is a scope nope.
That's the problem, is that the marketing language talking about space and naming it that, when, what is that? What is space even supposed to be? Right? I mean, it's like this nebulous thing, literally a nebulous thing. And you're trying to say a soda needs to taste like that? It's all marketing and not enough substance. The one thing I will say is I am excited that Coke is going to be doing spotlight products over the year. So we will have other Coke flavors that could be kind of interesting. What do you say, Adam?
I say if we had had this one first, I would have a harder decision. I know I know it's not one or the other, but like,
Right.
I don't dislike it, but
Okay.
I don't love it either. I think if they wanted to make it like space, they should have made it like Pop Rocks, kind of like pop in your mouth.
A little more sparkle to it.
Yeah.
It lingers on. I will say this: I just tried this after drinking it. The Starlight lingers on the palate longer. Just FYI. So if you got some of this around, definitely give that a spray.
I this feels like something that I would never drink again.
There we go. So I think this is a scope nope. Sorry, Coke. But like I said, more new flavors coming, and you can be very, very confident that we will review them as they hit us. So pretty exciting. So there you go. Split decision on scope dope or scope nope. Thanks for participating.
Wait.
Hey.
We did this all wrong. I'm looking at the website right now.
Stop the press.
There's a bulleted list.
Okay.
The third bullet down. Serve ice cold for maximum refreshment and to feel like you're among the stars. It wasn't cold enough.
Oh.
Maybe that's it. Mine has been sitting here for an hour. It was cold, but not ice cold.
We ruined
Definitely
it.
not ice cold.
We ruined it.
We failed. Oh well, I'm gonna have to do it again.
Sorry, Coke.
Cancel the episode. We'll come back in a week's time, and we'll rekindle our taste.
Yeah. Well, let's go to our shame corners while we take this break, and we'll be back with a better attitude, a smarter, a faster scope right after this.
You're listening to The Scope.
Under the scope.
Hey everybody, we are back with Under the Scope and coming soon.
Hold on. I'm over here. Yeah.
Okay. First off,
Lay it on us, buddy.
movies. I don't know what happened last week. There were like 80 movies. None of them were like big, but it's like Netflix had a movie. This week we've got The Lost City, which is a Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum, Daniel Radcliffe movie. And the poster has like an explosion. The premise
Yes.
is a romance adventure novelist. She goes to promote her book with like the cover guy, Channing Tatum, and then they get involved in a whole kidnapping. They get involved in a whole romance adventure.
Is it shenanigans? Would that be a fair statement?
I'm looking at who is in the movie. Brad Pitt's in it, so shenanigans are possible, I suppose.
Okay, yeah. He pretty much is the benchmark for shenanigans, shenanigan level movie making.
And then there's a movie that I am excited about. It's called Everything Everywhere All at Once. And it's this movie with Michelle Yeoh. And she gets superpowers. She gets the ability to like go travel to other dimensions.
Ooh.
But she's just like an office working lady. It's an interdimensional action film, is the way that the Daniel Kwan and one other Daniel, were pitching at the directors. You should watch the trailer for it. It looks cool.
Okay.
So that comes out in movie theaters, I think.
Sometimes it's hard to tell, isn't it?
Yeah, theatrically release on March 25th. Okay, yeah. So that's really it. We're not going to be here for this next one, but Moonshot comes out in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
It's the HBO Max movie. but I forget what it's about. Colonizing Mars. Something like that.
Okay.
All right. Music. We have an album from Fife Dog of Tribe Called Quest. Crystal Method. So the 90s. They're still around.
Wow,
I guess.
Crystal
That's
Method.
New music.
cool. Well, this album's called The Trip Out. It doesn't sound like a best of necessarily. Yeah. New album by the Crystal Method. Let's see. Destroyer.
Yes.
Destroyer has an album coming out. If you like the new Pornographers or Dan Bearhart, that's Dan Bearhart's solo album, solo guy. Machine Gun Kelly, he's always in the news.
Now you're speaking our language.
MGK.
That's all I recognize.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. And video games. You think anything's coming out here?
I don't know.
Ghostwire
so.
Tokyo, which is a PS5 exclusive.
Well, then you're going to buy it.
No. But that's coming out. This is maybe the last Bethesda game that will ever come out on a non-Microsoft console.
Mm-hmm. The console wars they're heating
Kirby.
up, aren't they?
Kirby comes out this week.
Oh.
Did you guys see that when Kirby ate that NASCAR?
No, that was
What?
a thing.
There was a whole viral meme. Kirby was eating everything.
Okay.
Look,
All of my social media is now pointed exclusively at outlets that are supplying me with the new seasonal food releases. I don't see Kirby memes anymore. Sorry.
I'm sorry to hear
I
that.
want to be like
And,
Shane. I want to know when the next
Right.
the next Kit Kat is coming out.
We probably won't. I'm just going to guess. Be back by April 5th, and so I'm just going to let you know. Release of the year: Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Are you going to buy that?
No, but what I am doing is anytime those games are like on a really deep discount, which they go on, I'm buying them because I'm like, these will be good games to play with Will someday. Assuming the PS5, lasts for like whatever 6-7 more years. I'll be like right in that wheelhouse. So I'm getting them ready.
All right.
It's not like the PS5 will disintegrate into dust in 5 years. It'll
It does.
Still
When
exist.
the new one comes out, it actually just starts to slowly melt.
It's like when a new iPhone comes out and your old one starts getting slower.
There's a guy in Sony HQ, and he just pushes a button, and then it just sends out a signal that just destroys all old systems.
By the way, my phone is a year old, and I feel like the battery's starting to go on it already. So I'm very disappointed about that. Not an iPhone. It's another phone, but just thought I'd throw that in there.
It's the chance you take, Jared. Chance
I
you
know.
take.
I know.
Well, Adam, thank you very much for your hard work and your dedication to educating.
I'm wired.
the
Let's do
masses.
one more show, guys.
Let's do it. I mean, we could do rip out 10 shows. It will be done for the year.
I'm drinking all this soda. I gotta go pee.
Yikes. Well, let's wrap it up, Jared, so you can hit the head.
Under the scope.
Okay.
Yeah, baby. Woo!
Look at him. He's hyped
Fired
up.
up and Mountain Dew sparking. Tasting outer space. Folks, you got any foods you want us to try? Because we're honestly scraping the bottom of the barrel here for show ideas. So,
Wow. That's an indictment on me.
I'm
on
just
me.
having fun. We're just
Wow.
chilling on a Thursday night. You're hearing this on a Monday, maybe. I don't know when you listen to the show.
Yeah.
Let us know when you listen to it. Comments
People don't want it on Jared. People don't want it released on a Monday. They want it
want it-
released on a Friday or a Saturday.
It's not as if it's only out for a day. This isn't like one of those Phantom Entertainment things or whatever, the one night only at the movie theater events. It's out there in the world forever. Right? You don't have to.
When you want to see that special screening of Anchorman 2,
Right.
one night only,
Yeah.
but we don't do it that way.
Q&A with Woody Harrelson. $25 a seat.
The
Tune
Woodman
in.
is worth it. He's worth it.
Yeah. It's not like that. We put these out there and you can listen to it whenever. You can watch it whenever. It's appointment television. I get it. It's must-see TV.
Appointment television.
It's still there. We're in the streaming age, folks. On demand entertainment. Most of the time you got to pay for it. You don't got to pay for this, but you
No.
can pay for it if you want to.
Please do.
Patreon.com/The Scope Show. talked about that earlier. You can pay for it if you want to, if you like to have more of this coming in. Anyway, we tested some sodas. One was a dope, one was a nope. If you've tried them, let us know. Comments at thescopeshow.com. You can call or text, as we talked about in the last episode. You can text the voicemail line, 612-21-SCOPE. That is 612-217-2673. I'm interested for someone to try out the texting feature because that's just the age we live in now. Nobody wants to talk on their device. They just tap away. Tap away. By the way, are you guys a double thumb on your phone? Are you double thumbs? Are you me? Are you like a thumb and an index? Just curious.
I'm a double thumb.
You're a double thumb? You just cram it in there. You're like...
Yep. And then I mistype every third letter.
For whatever reason, I'm left-hand index, right-hand thumb. It works for me. Anyway, let me know how you type on your phone. 612-217-2673. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Those links are at our website, thescopeshow.com. And you will also find a link to our YouTube channel where you can watch us taste sodas. You can see the can float around the screen as if it's some sort of like DVD screensaver. YouTube.com/thescopeshow. I think that works. I don't know. Otherwise, that link's at thescopeshow.com. Oh, look at that. Just floating around. Tasting space, floating in space. It's the best thing ever. As I said, if you'd like to support the show, you can hit the patreon.com/thescopeshow for more information. Or if you're shopping at Amazon, thescopeshow.com/Amazon. You can click on that link. And magic happens. You go to Amazon, you buy a thing. That's all you need to know. Back to you, Shane.
Beautiful. Fantastic. Way to wrap things up, Jared, Adam. It's a late night. We're hopped up on soda. I hope you can sleep. We're not the young whippersnappers we used to be. But
I don't have a whip sound. I don't have a whip sound. I should have a whip sound.
You should have a whip sound.
I should.
Bet you I can find a whip sound.
That's all I got.
Now I feel like I have to find a whip sound.
Whoop-pow! Little Chandler bong. Whoop-pow! How did he say it on Friends?
He said wapa.
Yeah, he had a very specific way of saying it.
No, I've only got a ham horn. Anyway, let's wrap this thing up. For Jared and Adam, I am Shane. Thanks for listening. We'll be back soon with more of your favorite podcasts. Till then, bye for now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves once again at the end. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. I know I have. Fear not, Scope faithful. Days shall pass as if they were but a moment. And Jared, Adam, and Shane will return with another thrilling episode. Until then, send your comments to comments@thescopeshow.com or leave a voicemail message by dialing
612-21-SCOPE. That's 612-217-2673.
Thanks for listening, faithful fans. This is Tony Partington saying, Auf Wiedersehen. Tune in next time to another terrific edition of The Scope.